Yo, 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 welcome back to the podcast. I'm Alex. Right next to me is Anthony.
What up, what up?
New title alert. Forgot to mention it in episode 4, but the new title of the show is now the Anza Sports Voice. Better than the sports show, I'll tell you that. So, before we begin, this is a Lavos production, so please follow Lavos on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Your support will help us a lot. Anthony, before we begin, do you have anything to go over for Anza Sports?
Yeah, before we go over the Anza Sports, let's go over the newspaper that was recently published.
Yes. We just had a newspaper published this week, which today is May 16th, so it was published on May 14th, Tuesday, May 14th, and there are a lot of cool articles on there. Me and Anthony each got one of our articles on the newspaper, so we are on there. Anthony, you posted, or your track and field article got on there, yes?
Yep, I had a track and field article discussing about track and field advancing to the state championships, and I believe they will be taking place on May 17th and 18th.
Which, at the time of this recording, is tomorrow. Like I said, this is today, May 16th, so it will take place the very next day after this recording.
Yeah, and there's, like you said, a whole bunch of great stories. There's also a coach profile about the new basketball coach.
Yes,
for Anza.
Anza got a new basketball coach. I don't remember where he coached before, but I do know he coached there for like the last 30 years. Don't quote me on it. I'm not too sure, but yes, Anza did just get a new basketball coach. There is an article about that.
Nice little coach profile.
In the newspaper as well. Based off reading it, it seems like a really, really cool guy. Anthony, do you have more info on that real quick?
Yeah, Coach Joseph Bertasevich, apologize if I'm mispronouncing it. He he was coaching before accepting this Anza position at Pioneer High School. And
that's what it was, Pioneer High.
He started his tenure there from 1997, and he became the athletic director in 2010, and he's been there ever since, till now.
So nearly 30 years.
Yeah.
Nearly 30, so. But yeah, if you guys want to check out the newspaper, please check it out. It is very great. You know, there are tons of articles there. Even if you're not into sports,
there's so many different
articles. If you're into cars, there's a car show article on there. If you love photography, there is a photo essay on there, and a bunch of other stuff.
Yeah, you guys, it's something you want to check out. It's really good.
It's great
article or newspaper.
Getting on to the point, we are almost done with the NBA second round series in the playoffs. We're just gonna quickly recap these couple of games. Anthony, you want to start off?
Yeah, let's start off with the first game that we're gonna recap, and it's actually from Tuesday, May 14th. It is the Knicks and Pacers game, and in this game, the Knicks dominated, taking a 3-2 lead. It was just a bad game from Indiana overall. Tyrese Halliburton had another. He's very on and off in this series. This recent game, he was only 13 points, 5 assists. Didn't really shoot the ball much. Kind of went back.
Keep in mind, the Knicks were up 2-0, and then the Pacers came back, tied the series 2-2 after a super dominating win in Game 4.
Tyrese Halliburton was killing it in those next two games, and then he comes back, and it was a stinker this game. Overall, he needs to shoot the ball more. I feel like when he takes control of the Pacers basketball and how they play, they have a better chance to win. So, overall, the Knicks kind of stomped on the Pacers this game.
Yeah, especially after getting stomped in Game 4.
Yeah.
And so yesterday, May 15th, we had Game 5 of the Mavericks versus Thunder series. Mavericks went up 2-1 in Game 3, and then they kind of crapped the bed in Game 4 and let the Thunder hang around after they've shot horribly. As well as not making free throws. Dallas went, 11 of 23 from the line in Game 4? It was somewhere around there. They could not make a free throw to save their lives. But they rebounded they rebounded heavily in Game 5 in OKC to take a 3-2 lead back to their home floor to possibly close out the series and move on to the Western Conference Finals.
Yeah, what a game. I mean, first off, shout out to Derrick Jones Jr. He's gonna get his money this
Derrick
offseason.
Jones with a nice 7 of 9 from the field. Huge contribution, helping out. Especially with PJ Washington was a bit cold for a lot of the game, but he ended up coming alive, hit 2 big threes in the fourth.
Yep. I mean, yeah, and going back to Derrick Jones, 19 points. If you're getting 19 points from Derrick Jones, you're going to win a game. As
you're
a
going to win a
fourth
game.
Option, you know.
Yeah.
They were killing it from the three, or they weren't killing it from the three, but their role players were shining. Besides PJ Washington, but the previous 2 games he was averaging, I believe, over 20 points a game. So
yeah, I think he dropped 27 in games 2 and 3. Yep. I can't remember game 4, but he's been really good.
And they took this game with Kyrie Irving not playing well at all.
Kyrie hasn't played good throughout this whole series, to be honest.
You know, you gotta give him credit though. He's been an amazing defender.
Yeah,
this year.
And he's also dishing the ball out more. His assist numbers have been up.
Yeah, and then
quick shout out to Derek Lively, by the way.
Yep.
The Thunder have been playing this thing called Hack-a-Lively. If you're an OG NBA fan, you know about Hack-a-Shaq because Shaq can't shoot free throws. So that's pretty much the same thing with Derek Lively, except he is actually hitting these free throws. He went 5 of 6 in Game 5. He went 4 of 4 late in, I think, Game 2. So
you see Chet trying to chase him?
Yeah, and there's a video of Chet Holmgren trying to chase him around and foul him too, which is pretty funny. But yeah, so Mavs up 3-2 against the Thunder.
Quickly going over the OKC Thunder, Chet and Jalen Williams have to play better. It's just that simple. I mean, this is Game 5 games are really must-win games. I believe teams that win Game 5 88% of the time win the series. I saw
that graphic too, yeah.
So Jalen Williams shooting 6 for 13 and 0% from 3 for only 12 points as the second option. Chet Holmgren only having 13 points. I mean, that's just not good enough. And I know they're a young team and they're learning, but something needs to change if they want to win this series, especially against Luka and Kyrie and players that have been there before.
Yeah. And now on to another series, Boston versus Cleveland. Cleveland tied the series at 1 after Game 2, which, I don't know, Boston has a thing of not winning Game 2s in the playoffs recently. So, I mean, it's expected at this point, but Boston ended up taking the series in 5 games, but...
No Donovan Mitchell or Jared Allen.
Yeah, no Donovan Mitchell, no Jared Allen, 2 of the biggest players for this team that they really need, especially Donovan, because Donovan's like their only form of scoring throughout this whole series. Besides Game 2, everyone contributed, but like, I don't know. It was a good year for Cleveland, but I feel like this series was a bit... The Cleveland was a bit more fatigued after that 7-game series versus Orlando. So, like...
Yeah, there's definitely a decision that's going to be made between Donovan Mitchell and Darius Garland.
I did see there was a tweet that, like, if Donovan stays, then Darius will stay as well.
Oh, no, it said if Donovan stays, Darius is going to request a trade, I believe.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's what it was.
Don't quote me on it. It's just, it was a rough series for Darius Garland. I mean, even this previous game as the main ball handler,
it was a rough playoffs for Darius in general.
Yeah,
he wasn't really in his bag.
It's just I don't think they mesh well together as they're both dominant. They need to have the ball in their hands.
Yeah, it's kind of like 2018 Thunder situation. Russell Westbrook, Paul George, Carmelo Anthony, 3 guys that must have the ball in their hands, which is why that team fell off very quickly.
Yeah, so I mean, some changes are going to happen for the Cavs. Overall, they didn't have the talent to hang in there with the Celtics, and
yeah, keep in mind Boston is
especially
still
with injuries.
insane. Still insane.
Yeah, that team is crazy.
Now going on, the Timberwolves versus Nuggets series. Last time we recorded, Timberwolves were up 2-0. Now they're down 3-2. You want to go over what happened these last 3
Yeah,
games?
I mean, the big thing with the Timberwolves was their defense was killing it, and in Game 3, Jokic and the Nuggets figured them out.
Yeah, with a 27-point win in Game 3 in Minnesota, by the way.
Yeah. That was a must-win game for Denver as well. And I feel like in the Lakers series, Denver always started slow, but always came back against the Lakers because of the mistakes the Lakers made.
Yeah, that's why like the Lakers had the lead for like 75% of the series or 80%, something like that, while the Nuggets had the lead for that remaining percentage, 20% of the time, and they still won the series 4-1.
Yeah, and with that being said, they found out really quickly in the first 2 games that they could not do that against Minnesota. Minnesota took advantage of the slow start by Denver and whooped them in the first 2 games.
Yeah.
Denver corresponded and figured out how to attack their defense. Jokic has been playing like the MVP, like he is, 3-time MVP now, and have taken 3 straight games on Minnesota. So the question is, what is Minnesota going to do to stop them?
Yeah, like, especially when you got the Defensive Player of the Year on your team and you still can't stop them. I think it just comes to show that Jokic is unguardable. He
dropped 40 and 13 on the Defensive Player of the Year this last game.
It's not like Rudy is not that good. I mean, his last Defensive Player of the Year winning season, 2021, he kind of showed that he didn't really deserve it. And he's kind of showing it again. But it's very hard to guard Nikola Jokic in the playoff situation.
And also with that, Anthony Edwards has to play better. I mean, we were talking about how amazing he was playing. But
he started off 1 of 9 in this game. In a game where, and then in Game 4, Karl Anthony Towns himself started 1 of 10, and he had a better game. He was 10 of 19, had 23 points. And then obviously Ant in Game 4 had a great game. Yeah. And then he just put up a stinker with 5 of 15 from the field. Yeah. Obviously a lot of free throws, but when you can't get open, you got to figure out some way to get to the line at least.
Yeah, hopefully Mike Conley will be back for them.
I actually did see he is coming back tonight. I saw a tweet earlier today. He is coming back for Game 6.
Yeah, they need his.
They really need him. Even though he's old, he's still very effective.
Yeah.
Quick shout out to Aaron Gordon though. Bro was 10 of 11 in Game 4.
Yeah, he killed it. He was.
Which, by the way, San Jose native. By the way, Aaron Gordon.
Yep.
So, doing it for San Jose. That's totally not glazing, but whatever. But yeah, quick shout out to him. He's been the X Factor. It's not a new thing. He was the X Factor in their championship run last year, and he's showing it again. But Michael Porter Jr. has put up a few stinkers in this series.
He has,
especially the last 2 games 4 and 5.
Yeah, but they're still winning.
They're still winning. Even though he doesn't make his shots, you got other guys stepping up, like the aforementioned Aaron Gordon. Davies Caldwell-Pope even dropped in 16 points in this game, in Game 5 as well.
And Christian Brown.
Christian Brown has come up out of nowhere, and they're tough to beat. They are tough to beat.
So I mean, this game will be Game 6 will be taking place today, Thursday, May 16th, on ESPN. Minnesota needs this game.
They need this game on their home floor. Yeah. And then you got the Knicks Pacers tomorrow, Friday, May 17th.
That's also going to be a really good game.
Yeah.
Halliburton needs to step up in that game. I think they could take this to Game 7. I mean, there's a lot of injuries for the Knicks right now.
Yeah. All right, everybody. That's all we got for today. Remember, this is a LeVo's production. Please follow LeVo's on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. And check out the new newspaper. Trust me, it's great. It is really good. Shout out to all of our editors here at LeVo's.
Put in a lot of hard work.
Especially our editor-in-chief. I won't mention his name just out of privacy reasons. But, he's a great guy. He's a great guy. All right. Thank you, everybody. We'll see you guys later.